So, to fix the cocking mechanism of the gun, you need to disassemble the hammer. Take out the screw and then place the hammer out. Usually what happens with these guns is that if the screw gets loose inside because the metal of the hammer is not really strong, you might lose the tension. Then it won't work properly because it won't be able to detonate the cap. So what you need to do is you place the hammer inside and then pull it a little bit backwards, and when you hear it clack, you can just take it out and load it again. So what we're doing with this is that we're recovering the spring's tension. There's a spring inside which is causing the tension. So once you see that it has the appropriate tension and it should be hitting the cap place properly again, then move it a little bit backwards so it gets holded by the internal mechanism of the gun. And then you need a bit of epoxy putty. This you can find on any hardware store, and we're gonna use this to help the gun to keep the screw tight, because probably what happened is that the screw got loose and that made the system lose the tension. So usually this kind of putties come in two different materials that you have to mix together. So you can make a couple of small cylinders, as you can see in the video, and then you can just bend them in this kind of a spiral fashion, and you can just keep mixing them all together. So usually what will happen is that these two different materials will have different colors, and then you will have to mix them very thoroughly until they have a very even color. You have to be very careful with this, and you will see this is a somehow long process, because it is important that it gets the even color, because if it doesn't, it will not be strong enough. So you have to be very careful and make sure that the color is very even, as you can see here in the video. So once you have this color, you get a small bit of it, and then you're going just to rub it with your hands until you create a small cylinder, and then you place it inside the hole where the screw is going to be later. You just pull out the rest of the putty, and then you will see it's just remaining inside. This is going to make sure that the screw gets hold in place when we mount it back again. It should remain until the top of the hole. Then let's get another small bit, and then we're going to put it inside the hammer itself, so it helps blend with the other piece of putty and will keep everything in place. So once you get the ball inside, just place again the hammer. Now that you have the tension back to where you wanted it, don't turn the hammer backwards, because then you're going to get too much tension and that might harm the spring inside. Just get the adequate tension for the hammer to work, and you will see that the putty you have to be able to see the putty, and then place the screw inside. Just put it as it would be in a normal way, so you shouldn't be able to feel the screw over the hammer, so it should be all the way inside. And then, well, this should be it. Now it should be working fine. You will have to wait 24 hours for the putty to dry, okay? So please don't use it until that time.